Vancouver, February 19th and 20th. I will be there for the Just for Laughs Comedy Festival. Get your tickets now. I can't wait to see you, Vancouver. And also Lawrence, Kansas. Never been to Lawrence, Kansas. Get your tickets. That show's not until April, so you got time, but if you get your tickets now, it'll be great for your girl. Your girl? How do people say that and sound cool? They'll be great for your girl. I can't. Yeah, that'll be great for your girl. Ugh. I hated how that felt and sounded. Just get your tickets whenever. We have an amazing episode for you today. I can't believe we got this guy in the studio. He's one of my favorite comedians of all time. And I got the privilege of working with him. He took me on the road. He's a mentor to me. And this happens to be the first podcast he's done in a year. So I'm just over the moon that he did it. And it's a great pod. We have a lot of amazing conversations and a lot of insight on the business and life in general. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you have a great holiday season, and thanks for watching. Oh, I almost didn't tell you who it was. Make it loud right now for Anthony Jeselnik. And then just so you know, too, I do an intro that plays before this, and then the theme music starts, and then we're just talking. So he can cut in whenever, and even while we're recording, if there's something where you're like, actually don't put that in, you can just say it on the mic. He'll know. We'll cut it out.
Sure.
It's pretty lax. He cuts out a lot of dead air, and and yeah, we'll make you look good.
I don't
or we'll make me look good.
And people always like, we'll cut out whatever you want, and I just forget in the moment. And I'm also like, go ahead and get mad at me for whatever. Like I obviously, I talk wild shit and have no issue with it, but I'm sure your comments will be insane. Like I did Adam Ray's podcast, or is like a live show, and they were like, I can't believe Adam's having him on after everything you said. And I'm like, I can be friends with Adam and dislike.
Why are you telling me that now? Right when I have you on.
I assumed you knew. I assumed that you knew that all the Kill Tony people that watch your show are going to just leave shitty comments.
No, I did know that, but yes. I'm trying to build my own audience here,
Sure.
So like there's some Kill Tony fans that are cool and some Bad Friends fans that are awesome, and they've come over here. And now I'm just trying my best to like build my own island.
Of course.
And so it's a little scary, but I don't know if those Kill Tony fans are gonna be in my comments.
Though they will from me. They will come. They'll know I'm doing something. I mean, it's on my own page, on my own social media, but I can tell who, like, I've made like 4 different fan bases mad, and I can tell whose the comment is based on what they say, and it's all funny to me. I mean, we can talk. If you want to talk about comments or whatever on the podcast, it's fine. Like, I did a thing where I made fun of Scotland on Jimmy Kimmel, and they posted the clip. And it's all Scottish people all of a sudden like discovering it. It's like gone huge in Scotland. And the Scottish comments are so funny. They're like, this guy's talking pish. He's shite. And I'm like, it's so funny that they're mad at me that I don't mind.
Well, how are people not in on the joke yet? Like, that's what you do.
Because they don't know me. So it's like they're just getting it in their algorithm because they're Scottish. And they're like, who is this guy? Why is he talking with people getting their faces slashed? Like, that's not what happens here. And I'm like, it's a joke. So like my fans understand. Yeah. And then you have people who don't. But Scottish people being mad is funny to me.
It's hilarious.
So and again, with comments, you almost want people fighting. Because that helps engagement. That like the more controversial something is, it doesn't bother me. I'm not going through and deleting bad comments. No. Because people come in and defend you. But yeah, it's that'll be fun. I haven't done a podcast in a year.
Thank you for doing this one. It means so much to me. It's so cool that you're doing it.
It is a favor to you. It is every opener gets one favor, and this is yours.
Literally, I was like drafting the text for so long. Please, I know you're busy. Please, will you do my pod? And you did say I will do it as a huge favor.
Yeah, I laughed. I was like, of course I will do it. And people stopped asking me after a while, because again, like. Once I talked trash, it was like people wanted me to come on and talk more trash. Like Mark Maron has been going on every podcast talking the same shit. And I'm like, I said my piece. I'm going to take a knee and hang out. But I'm going on tour again in February. So I have to start doing these again. So
that's great. I'm glad you're going back on tour too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was so much fun when we went on tour. I miss it. And now I'm headlining, by myself.
I know. Everyone's got to go through that.
I know. I'm going, like, I think I'm going to call my tour next year, How Big is the Room?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm going small.
Have you heard of that room in Eugene, Oregon? There's a new room that seems really cool.
Yeah, I did that room, the Olsen Run.
Yes.
I love that room.
Yeah,
you should do it.
I'm doing it in September. Like the guy emailed me directly, and I looked at the website and I was like, oh, okay, like cool, let's go.
And the owner's cool too. He's like, he does comedy, or used to, or produce shows in LA, and he moved out there, and they don't have a lot of comedy there in Eugene, so they're hungry for it, and they're so happy you're there, and you probably will do a bunch of shows there. I did a one-nighter.
I'm doing, I think, like 5. And if it sells out, I'm doing like the 5. And if it sells out, I add a second show Thursday. So cool.
Yeah, I'm waiting next year. I'm going to add a show. Because I'm going to do in like 50 seaters.
I mean, wait until once the show sells out, then you add another show. Leave them wanting more, have demand.
Yeah.
But you build.
Yeah, I'm building. Last year, it was kind of like I'm doing these huge rooms, 5 shows. Why am I doing that? I can't sell 2,000 tickets in a whatever city I've never been to.
Those shows know that, though. And the people who come, it's like I've been doing Largo, and during the holidays, like the audience dips.
Yeah.
But the smaller the crowd, like the more they're into it. Where if it's a sold out crowd, people feel kind of lazy, like they can just sit back. And when it's like half a filled room, they're like, let's go. And it's actually just as fun.
Yeah, it's been cool seeing people come out to the shows for sure. Yeah, I feel like something I've been working on, we kind of moved past it, but I wanted to talk to you with something I'm working on is like not caring so much if people like me. I'm such a needy, I need people to like me. And you, how do you do it?
How do I not care, or how do I make people not like me? I mean, it's easy to make people not like you. I think it is just, part of it is just confidence of just knowing that you're still giving them a show. They're still being entertained, and they do like you. Like people will say, like, we like when you smile, or we like certain things, and it's clear that I'm putting work into it.
Right.
So they're okay. I think if you don't give a shit in a lazy way, if it's like they're not into it and you just don't seem to care, they get mad. But if everything's on purpose, if they can tell you're playing a character, or like, I've noticed that if I do a show that I'm like, I think that's a bad show. Let's say I'm doing one-nighters and I do a show in Montana somewhere. There are people in that show who will never see me live again, who've been waiting to see me live their whole life. And so I would never want to tell them that it's a bad show. They'll be like, that was amazing. They don't know any better. So you just kind of perform as if everything's going great all the time. And it helps to have, for your own mental well-being, it helps to have things you can say that make the audience know that you're in control. Like if a joke bombed, I used to say, oh, I'm sorry. I thought you guys were cool. And they would laugh at that. And it was like, oh, they just don't want to feel bad for you.
Right.
So it's okay to not have everything be like a huge laugh. But you just have to think that like you're taking them on a journey, and they have to know that you know where you're going.
Yeah, but I'm even like online and stuff. I feel like I remember like even on Twitter, when it was Twitter, when you would go on there and if something happened in the news, I would go look up, what did Anthony say before I met you?
Mm-hmm.
You were like the first guy I knew who would do like say something current like seconds after it happened. And it's almost like you want people to not like you. Not everyone, but you want to be polarizing.
I didn't mind idiots not liking me. Like I tried to make the joke, and again, a lot of time, maybe 40% of the time, I failed in doing this. But I would try to make the joke so good that you kind of ratio out the idiots. People would be mad that you made a joke about the Aurora movie theater shooting, but enough people thought it was funny that it worked. That it's okay to have some people be like, why are you doing this? As long as enough people are like, we get it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And it helps to be brief. It helps to keep it short. The shorter the joke, the more you can get away with. And people get in trouble in social media for rants. If you keep hitting the same thing, then get into fights, then it's like you're a mess. But if it's just you just leave one, and people get upset, they tire themselves out and move on. But as long as you can keep it brief, I think you're a little bit safer.
And I think your audience, I know I'm like looking in the comments. I know it's like, it's part of the humor to me is like how mad people are getting, like almost in a Holtzman way. I don't know if you like Holtzman or you've seen him go up, but
I've seen him go up.
it's like it's fun to watch the audience be like, what's this guy talking about? Like they're losing their minds. They can't handle it. Like I don't know. That's part of to me, it's just like watching your audience react to your jokes is so cool.
In the beginning, I think the audience has more power over you because you're trying to build an audience. So I would compare it like in the beginning of comedy on the internet, you would do a video for Comedy Central, let's say, and it would have one comment on it, and it would be like, "This sucks," and you would hear the executives be like, "People didn't like it," and you'd be like, "No." People thought it was fine. One person left a comment that was negative, so everyone like took that into account as if that was talking for everybody. And now everyone comments all the time that it is just kind of 50-50. And I think a lot of these are bots.
I do too. I've heard that before.
Because I just hear the same phrases all the time that I'm just like, I don't believe that. Maybe they're this dumb. And again, I've never left a comment on anything in my life.
Yeah.
So I can't relate to these people. It's like, just keep scrolling.
You should start leaving positive comments on things on your public profile. That would be good.
People would think I got hacked. They
would literally, yeah. Yeah, because you're not like I remember on the road getting to know you off stage, and you're not like your on stage persona.
No.
I remember we ate fondue.
That's
Do you
right.
remember that?
The fondue night. That's a bad pre-show meal. It's fondue.
But it's such like you were like, we walked by in Spokane, Washington, and I love that place. Now I've been back there 5 times. It's crazy like to have gone there with you for the first time, and then now I go back and I like know the spots, you know? And we walked by there and you said, call that place tomorrow, get a reservation, we'll have fondue.
I forgot you were with me in Spokane because I did a show last night with Blair Saki and one of my previous openers from the last tour. And I made a joke that I was like, "Oh, I love Mo Welch more than I love Blair." You know, I took Mo to Europe. I took Blair to Spokane, and like the crowd went crazy. But I forgot that was you in Spokane. I'm going back to that.
Wow,
crowd.
you really like Mo more.
I like.
You forgot who Blair was. People, sometimes if I wear a baseball cap, they think I'm Blair.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Just drunk people at the store see blonde hair, baseball cap. Like, oh, you're that other female comedian.
Sure.
Yeah. Get that a lot. Local ad coming at you. Notice anything different? Zoom in on this. Yeah, I got my hair done. I went to Phoenix, Arizona. I had a great show at Tempe Improv, and I got my hair done from my friend Christia Rose. She's the only one who does my hair for years. Just a great friend. I love hanging out with her, and she does an amazing job. I love what she does. And if you want to get your hair done in the Scottsdale area, hit her up. She doesn't know I'm making this ad. I just love her to death, and Merry Christmas. It's a dry heat. Follow her on Instagram. Just give her a message, and she'll try to get you in for an appointment. Let's get back to this episode. I'm actually going to hang out here in the local ad a little longer because I'm pretty nervous in that interview. So, all right, I think I have to get back into the interview.
Well, I mean, at the store, you could you change your glasses, and someone's like, "Well, who are you?" You're like,
I did
everyone's
that.
in their own world. Yeah, you're not wearing the glasses.
I stopped wearing them. I don't like wearing them anymore. And then they became merch, and I had to sell them. And then I just stopped wearing them, and then it became a big thing. I didn't know how different I looked without them. People were like not recognizing me.
Yeah.
Which also felt kind of nice too.
It is nice to go through. I remember like growing the beard, you know, it was like for like a year, people like on the road just like didn't know who you were for a little bit until you went on stage. Growing my hair long.
Yeah.
I went to like a funeral and everyone was like, "You weren't there." And I was like, "I was there." And they're like, "Oh my God, were you the guy with the long hair?" Like it was like, it's nice to have that anonymity for a little bit.
Yeah, you can kind of like re-meet people. You know, that's interesting because you have such a persona on stage that you've like well defined. You know it so well. You know your voice. I'm still experimenting with my voice on stage. You know, like I used to write just jokes. Now I'm trying to tap in and be my authentic self on stage, but that's really hard because it's inconsistent because I'm growing and changing and evolving all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm not sure how to balance that.
I don't think you should. I think you should just try to fill the 45 minutes with whatever you can. And eventually something will click and it will work. And maybe it's a combination of those things. But that's a fun time in an artist's lifespan, is that when you're trying to find it. Once you're locked in, you're locked in. And that's fun too. But it's interesting just trying to fill that time.
Did you ever go through a phase like that where you were like maybe more trying to be yourself, like your authentic self on stage, and then you transition to like no, you always were like, I'm going to be this persona on stage.
I enjoyed playing a character, and I got to play with the character. I got to find out who this character was.
Yeah.
And I always thought of it as the devil, just like I would say, I wish I could appear in a puff of smoke on stage and then disappear. I didn't want to meet fans after. I didn't want them to see me before.
Yeah.
I'll get to a show 2 hours early so that the fans can't see me arriving. I want to be backstage and just have like a little mystique when you come out that like you really are just, you don't know. The more they know about me, I thought it kind of hurt the performance, that it really kind of, I enjoyed, because a lot of comics like wanted to tell you their life story.
Yeah.
It's like when I started, a lot of it was, I'm from, this place in Tennessee. I grew up with like 5 brothers and sisters. You were pitching your sitcom.
Yeah.
Every comic was pitching their sitcom. So you had to tell them the basics and fill in the blanks. And I was like, I don't want to do that. I want to be a complete mystery. And again, you're starting out on a lineup with 10 other comics. So I wanted to stand out from that. And then I just kept going with it. But for a long time, I didn't know if I could do this for an hour. I didn't know if I could do multiple hours of it, that I just kind of found that and just kept on writing jokes. People were constantly telling me, they're still telling me, tell us more about yourself.
Like who? Like your audience or your team? Or
audience, critics mostly.
Oh.
Critics will say, he's been doing this. We want to see something more. We would like to see something different. Be more vulnerable. And I flat out refuse. Like I think it's impressive to keep doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
They're like, he only writes the one joke. And I'm like, yes. But
you're still doing it like at an advanced like pro level. Like
it's very hard to keep writing one joke.
Yeah.
And fill an hour with it. Like this is my 6th hour, I think. And I'm almost more proud of this, 30, 40 minutes I've built so far that I'm about to take on the road in February than the ones before it, because it gets harder every time.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. Because when I was working at the store, I would see you work out your last hour, buns and all, and then this I haven't seen you because I'm not there as much now that I don't work there.
Did you say buns and all?
Oh yeah, that's your special, right?
Buns and all.
No,
yeah.
Bones and all.
Yeah,
Edit that out.
Hot dog special.
Buns and all. If you did a switch like that, your next is like a food critic thing. You should just do a full 180. And
I'm not sure what the next one will be called. It certainly won't be called buns and all.
No one would expect it. I feel like that you would trick everybody if you.
I'm thinking for the next special, and again, like the tour of clubs is like fine tuning. I'll have I have like a very strong 35 minutes right now. By February, I'll have a very strong 45. And then I'll build that hour over the year. I'm going to do clubs every other weekend throughout 2026. And then I think the tour will be the theater tour in 2027. Right now I'm thinking I'm going to either call it Wrath of Man, stick with the movie theme. Yeah. Because I love Jason Statham's Wrath of Man. That's my comfort watch movie.
I've not seen it.
It's amazing. Have you ever seen Wrath of Man? It's an amazing Jason Statham movie. Guy Ritchie directed it, where there's like 6 lines of dialogue in the whole thing.
Oh my
God.
God.
And it's just like a revenge tale that I just fucking love.
I know those lines are good too.
Yeah, it's incredible. And or Not Dark Yet, I think. So one of those two. But I'm just, I on my last special, I was listening to critics talk about it. There was a top 10 list. I think it was like number 4. It was like I was thrilled to be number 4. It was great. And one of the critics was like, I want to see him do something different, even if it's worse.
Yeah.
And I was like, got it. I don't care about critics anymore.
Yeah.
Like I want to just keep doing this. I love writing these jokes that it just lit a fire under me, that I've just been like just trying to do what I've been doing, only at an even higher level. And I love my new material.
That's so inspirational because I change all the time because it's hard to commit to something. And let alone just what you're talking about, like 6 times, like doing this is your 6th special and how the writing gets harder. But just to like be something consistently is tough.
It's fun. It's fun to have found my thing that I do. And what's interesting to me now at being almost 47 years old is that all my people have forgotten my heroes. Most people are like, I'll be like, I was a big Stephen Wright fan. They're like, who?
That's going to happen to you,
and I'm
dude.
like, Jack
When
Candy.
I'm 47, they'll be like, Anthony Jessel, what?
Yeah. But that's freeing when you know that. I used to be like, my jokes are going to be evergreen so that my comedy lives forever. And now I've realized like nothing lives forever. It doesn't matter how great it is. Like people still remember Rodney Dangerfield, but I think the younger generation will probably forget him. Like the TikTok people, you don't see a lot of Rodney TikToks.
That's great. Yeah, that's interesting.
Jack Handy. No one remembers Jack Handy anymore. I have to like really explain, and they still don't get it.
Yeah.
That it's kind of freeing as an artist to just be like, oh, just live in the moment.
Yeah.
And the show is what's the most important to me. It's not even the special you get at the end of it.
Right.
Because now that this will be my 6th special, it's less special to me that I'm like, I appreciate the shows. I love the theater experience, but I'm excited to get back to those comedy clubs, because if you put me in a room with brick walls and a low ceiling, I'm a fucking briefcase full of dynamite.
Yeah,
and I like love that experience. So I can't wait. I think I start in Raleigh in February, and I can't wait. I can't wait to unleash it.
Yeah, I want to see it. Are you working it out at the store right now?
I haven't been to the store in a long time. I kind of was like, I'm taking a long break from the store. I'm saying that to say it politically. I've been at the Improv.
I swear I thought I saw you there. I think I texted you. It was like a few months ago. I thought I saw you, and I haven't seen you in so long. And I walked up like a puppy, like who saw their friend, and I'm like, hey, and then it wasn't you.
No,
and I was like mortified. And the guy was like, hey, like he's all happy. I was happy to see him. And I was like, I don't know who this guy is. Why did I tell that story? That was so stupid. That story didn't lead anywhere. Why'd you let me tell that story?
I thought it was going somewhere.
It was so boring. Oh my God. I don't want to do this because it's too late, but if we had more time, it would be funny if I went down a huge mental spiral about how I can't tell a story, and the Ian Fidance episode really affected my confidence. And then we like flash back to the Ian Fidance episode where he's like, wow, you really can't tell a story. We don't have time for that, right?
No.
All right.
Yeah, I've just been doing the Improv has been great at giving me spots. And the Improv, I can like now I'm the oldest guy in the lineup. You know, it used to be like there were older people than me, but now it's like I'm the old guy. That at the Improv I can walk right in the door, walk right on stage, walk right out. It's very easy. At the store, it's this maze you're going through, and everyone's grabbing you. That I was like, oh, I don't want to be the old guy at the club anymore.
You don't seem old to me. Like you don't act old. You don't look old. Like I think comics really, it means a lot to them to see you there. Like I feel like you going to the store, as much obviously it's for the audience, and you don't really do anything for anyone but the audience. But the comics there it would mean a lot to them just to see you perform there. And you know, I don't know if you, because like I remember just meeting you parking your car, and I was so nervous.
Now like the parking lot at the store just became like this clusterfuck. It was like they got new people in there, and I was like, I hate pulling in and having it be a whole thing. At the Improv, you park like a block away.
Yeah,
you wander in. Like the Improv has just made it very easy for me.
True.
And then I've run as much time as I have at Largo once a month, and I've just watched the hour build from there. But I've got just a couple more Largo shows, and then it'll be on the road for a year.
And that place is beautiful. I got to do that show once with you, the Largo, and it's such a nice venue. Mm-hmm. It's so cool, and the backstage, the history there, and all the pictures up. It's a really good vibe there.
Yeah, I was just there last night. It's that's like my favorite, but I wouldn't want to do it every night. I want the club experience, but I really enjoy the Improv. And the Improv is like I was there the other night, and I'm not doing well. Like it's a show, and it's a packed house, but they're kind of, and I'm not doing well in a way where like they get the joke, but they're confused as to why I'm so mean. And then I realized that Chelsea Handler's going last, and the entire audience is waiting for Chelsea Handler.
That's so cool. You still experienced that.
Oh yeah, I realized it, and I laughed, and I said, guys, my target demo is people waiting for Chelsea Handler. And then they all laughed, and then the rest of it was great. Like you just had to teach them what you were doing. I think that's one of the things of gaining confidence is just knowing that the first 10 minutes is them figuring you out.
Yeah, I've had to say that on stage before, like, I'm a little weird, like, and I can't start with new stuff either.
No, you should never start with new stuff.
I know, I try it sometimes because...
Unless you say, like, guys, I need to start with new stuff every time. It's going to be weird. It might not work. And then they're like, okay. But as long as you seem confident in doing that... But if you were like, hey, guys, I'm a little weird, tell a joke.
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay, I'm really weird. Like, I underplayed it. I want you to like me. They would follow you there. but you have to seem like you have a plan.
Exactly. I did a show last night, and I didn't start with anything like I worked on for a long time, and so they were still figuring me out, and I was literally just sharing my raw thoughts with them. And they were just like, "What the fuck is this? I've never seen anything like this. What is it?" And it's like kind of exciting to me in a way. Part of me likes that feeling, but it's not like good for stand up.
Yeah, but
if that makes sense.
But I think I'll argue with you on this one because I used to feel the same way. That like I'd be like, this crowd, some people were laughing, but some of them hated me. And my brother had come to see the show, and he's watching the audience. He's off to the side, and he's like, no one hates you. He's like, half the people are laughing, and half the people have their mouths open, like, oh my God. Like, they're not laughing, but they're still enjoying the experience of it. And you just have to own that.
Right.
That if you know, like, hey, I'm weird, people are going to be trying to figure me out, like just kind of looking at me. That's okay.
Yeah.
And that's even cool. Like they'll be like, I've never seen anything like this. They'll be thinking about you after the show, that's all right, that it's not everything is not a big laugh. The next time they see you, they'll laugh because they'll get it. But there's a difference between hating someone and just being like blown away.
Yeah, that's a great point. The only thing I don't like is if an audience, because I like to play with silence a lot, and if an audience member feels like scared for me, so they try to fill the silence for me.
Mm-hmm.
That happens to me a lot.
But there was a guy, he's not with us anymore, named Sean Rouse, who was a great comic and loved to fuck with people with the silence. And he would do a thing where, because the audience, if you don't talk for long enough, they have to fill the silence.
Yeah.
So he would just pause after a joke, and the audience is like, when are you gonna? And he would like, right when he thought he was about to talk, he would take a sip of water. And people just had to yell something. And he just thought it was fascinating to make the audience kind of do the work for him and just see what they would do. And it's if you're prepared for that and you've planned it, you can enjoy it. But it is a hard thing to do. That's one of the reasons Sean Rouse was so great.
Man, yeah, I don't know him. I gotta watch his stuff. That is a great thing. If something keeps happening in a set to me, like then I start thinking, okay, well, that's gonna happen again. I need to prepare for it. But that's something I haven't really prepared for. It just keeps happening. I gotta watch his stuff.
But just there's not a lot out there for Sean Rouse. But if you, just say, oh, you guys are uncomfortable with silence, and then pretend the microphone's broke. And just try to like fiddle with that for a little while. I think is a fun way to experiment, and it's all just based on how much you can take at that point. And once you kind of get to that point where you're okay with your own uncomfortableness, then you can go from there.
That is fun to learn too. Like I've been doing longer jokes, which create more setup, but then the payoff is bigger, and I've had to get a lot more comfortable with the silence and the setup. So I was doing so many like laughs per minute. Like I was trained to do laughs per minute. And I remember that show that Kanye went to that you talk about in your special. That
the Oxnard show?
I was there with you on that show.
Yeah.
And we both didn't know about it. And I was doing this stupid joke about Snoop Dogg. And it was even more embarrassing when we found out Kanye was there.
Yeah. I bombed in front of Kanye years before. I remember I was like doing a show with Aziz Ansari in New York. And they told us Kanye is in the audience right before the show. And I remember Hannibal Buress going out and murdering like all jokes like about hip hop and just killing. And then I bombed so hard. And the whole time I was just thinking about like Kanye's back there. Kanye's like now like talking to his friends because he can't handle watching me.
But you're still his favorite.
Now I am. There are different Kanyes. I think the Kanye who saw me in New York is a different person than the one who came to Oxnard.
But that is so funny too, like what I mean about you not caring if people like you, like Kanye was saying that you're his favorite comedian, and then you made fun of him on your special. Like that's to me awesome. Like you really just don't care, and I think people respect that. And
I got into comedy to be a fucking problem. I don't understand caring about what other comics think, about what the audience thinks. Like I'm a problem, like as a job title.
Yeah.
That I'm okay with it. And again, like I'm about to be 47. Like I've been doing it a long time, but I still enjoy being a problem. And part of that is being alone, not being a part of a group, not having to care what other people think, doing things yourself.
Yeah.
In this last tour, I had a team, and I didn't really like having a team. I'm going to travel on my own. Let the opener meet me there. I just want to be in my own little bubble and just feel like I'm fucking cutting through the country, building up my hour and doing it on my own.
That's really insightful, the being alone part. I was talking to Chappelle Lacey and Troy Conrad, the photographer, about Leanne Morgan and how she's not like part of the scene necessarily, but she's a great comedian. And what that is like she's bringing in her slice of life that isn't part of this like tribe, like, like comedy, like group. Like she's accepted into it, but she's not like part of it. So she's bringing something to the table that's completely unique. And I think you do that too. Like you spend your time absorbing like energy from the world that's like outside of the bubble, and then you bring it in.
I mean, the bubble can be toxic. You start out in the bubble and then you realize there was a comic that I really admire. I won't say her name because I don't know if she even wants us out there, but she would come and do her set and just leave. And I was like, it almost seems joyless. Like she wouldn't even say hi to me. Yeah. I might be hi and she'd be like, hey. And they were like, no, she likes you. She just doesn't want to be a part of the scene because she's been a part of it and just seen that everyone's just gossiping. And when you get successful, they're gossiping about you. So it's like, I'm not going to give these people any information. I'm just going to like do my thing and go. And she has her friends, but she doesn't want to be a part of that. And I think that's okay. You can get caught up in that.
Yeah.
And those people oftentimes aren't your friends,
Yeah, it's tough to like, because I feel like when I started getting success at the Comedy Store and going on the road with you and all these other people, and I felt like I was part of like a family, and that was really comforting to me. And then you go out and do the work and you're very alone. Mm-hmm. And then that family is like, it wasn't like a real thing, No,
you see your family. It's like they become like a distant family. You see them at like festivals sometimes, and the festivals have gone away. They used to see people at Montreal, and now you don't really see people ever. You run into them every now and again, and sometimes they're doing movies, they're doing other things. They leave the city. Yeah. They go and take their family and move to Denver or something. That you just don't see these people. That you can't rely on them. You get your group, and it's like, I'll see you guys at Thanksgiving, but I'm on the road on my own.
Yeah,
that I like that a lot.
Sorry to interrupt this program. I have a quick announcement. Yuma, Arizona. I couldn't stay away. I'm coming back to Arizona, going to Yuma, January 24th. And right before that, I'm going to hit Palm Springs just to gamble at the slots. No, I'm kidding. I'm doing a show in Palm Springs. Get your tickets, jetskijohnson.com. We'll put a link up, and hope to see you there. Wait, one more thing. My merch. Get my merch, jetskijohnson.com. I'm working with a new company. Shout out Vittorio. He's doing an amazing job. It took a little bit. If you ordered a first batch, we had to get all the materials ready, but they're all shipped out now, and now we're rolling, baby. So get your merch, jetskijohnson.com. I'm so thankful, like, you're a mentor to me. Like, I consider you a mentor to me, and I'm lucky I got to study under you or, learn from you, and your work ethic is insane. Like I when you were like doing the pod, I was just like cleaning my place and trying to like get organized because I'm like I don't know. I felt like
what did it look like? What did it look like before?
Don't say that. This is pretty good.
Okay.
You like my studio?
It's very nice. I mean, now that I'm there's no dust anywhere, but it is. There's a lot of stuff.
I vacuumed. I'm still nervous.
I can tell.
How long have we been talking, by the way?
You're approaching 34.
34 minutes. I'm still nervous. I feel like you're one of the few people that make me nervous because I want to like do better when I'm around you. It's like that's where it comes from. Mm-hmm. I can't even talk. Cut that part out.
You're doing great.
I'm gonna ADR this whole thing.
It's part of your charm. It's part of your charm that you want to be doing a great job. A lot of people would be like, so what? Like trying to make me do the work. So what's going on? Like you're curious. You have questions. You're listening to the answers. Like you're doing great. How long you been doing this podcast?
Well, and we're not even 20 episodes in, I think.
Yeah, it's nothing. It's my podcast that I ended last year was at like 250 episodes.
That's crazy. Like I can't even. I also have a really hard time committing to anything, and so like this. Yeah, I'm like, oh, we got to do this every week.
I don't miss the podcast. I've thought about. I regret even saying this already, but like I've thought about bringing it back. Like my partner Greg. On the podcast, he's like an NFL guy. Yeah. And after the Super Bowl, he has like some free time. I was like, maybe we come back in February and do a couple episodes, but then you get back in. It's almost like getting back into a relationship. Yeah. Where it's like you almost have to get married now because if you come in and you're like, oh, I don't really like this, you're already committed, you've already sold some ads. But we might do a few, maybe find a way to do it remotely and have more fun. But after 250 episodes, it wasn't the network. It was just, I was sick of the same formula and just doing podcasts. Like, again, this is the first one I've done in a year. And I'll be happy to not do one for a while after this.
That's awesome you're doing this one. It's doing well, too. It's almost like I made a joke in the beginning that too many people were watching. Like, I want to start small and build something. And a lot of people were like, fine, then I won't watch. And then I'm like, if you don't get that joke, maybe you shouldn't watch
People
it.
like to put it on podcasts. I mean, and listen, I don't listen to any podcasts, so I don't really know what the average person gets out of it. But people just want to hang out, feel like a part of a community, like they're a part of your life, and that's why they want to come to the shows.
Well, that's why it was kind of a cause and effect thing. Why I started writing less like just structured jokes and not telling much about myself. Now I've kind of gone into this like I'm going to try to be my authentic self on stage and talk about my life, because so many people saw me on Bad Friends and then they'd see me on stage and they'd be like, wait, this isn't who I saw, because they're spending all this time with me. So that's kind of how that happened. But I feel like I also want to go that direction. It's a good mix too, because I've spent so long writing jokes that now I can still have the jokes into a more flow state of comedy, you know?
I mean, there's no right or wrong way to do it. Even I, who like, my goal is to have 60 minutes of just jokes.
Yeah.
I end up like almost getting bored myself, that it ends up being 30, 40 minutes of jokes, and then you need 20 minutes of something else.
Yeah.
That I like, going, when I do these clubs, I'll have 5 or 10 minutes of like the check drop time where I'm like, no one's paying attention to anything I'm saying. So let me just ask questions. And then those questions would become the last 15 minutes of the special.
Yeah.
Like it's like people want to ask about Norm Macdonald. They wanted to ask about Kanye. They wanted to ask certain things or about the roasts. That becomes, you're like, I'll let the audience have a little bit of input.
I love when they would always say, when's the special coming out? And you'd say,
like, you're
you
here.
just saw it.
You're right here. Like, what's your problem?
Yeah.
And again, the live experience is so much better than any special. They are two totally different things. You can have that last tour I was on was like the most successful tour I'd ever had by a factor of 10. And the special came out and it was just like, okay. But it's like, no, I didn't get into this to do specials. I'm not just doing these shows to get ready for a special.
Right.
I'm doing the shows because I love doing the shows. And I put the special out at the end because I'm like, I'm retiring this and may as well live somewhere. But the special is not the priority. The special is just kind of like the end result after I'm done. The tour is the priority.
Yeah. And they're so much fun. Your audience are so fun to perform in front of. They're smart and they look for jokes. Like some audiences, it's like if you're on your phone, you're like, this isn't my algorithm. Like they just don't understand jokes.
And that's decades of like training my audience, getting rid of the assholes.
Yeah.
Like I think some people are on tour and it's like, it's a party and you're encouraging people to yell out. You're encouraging people to drink, a bottle of whiskey in the parking lot before they come in. And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Like I want you as sober as possible
Yeah.
and paying attention to this because you want to hear every joke. And I love when people say, I laughed the whole time and I can't remember a joke afterwards. So I can't wait to see it again.
Yeah.
To try to remember it. Great TV shows. I used to watch The Sopranos, and I would watch it on Sunday right when it aired, and then I would watch it again the next day because you're just so excited watching it the first time that you want to take it in more. A show like Mad Men was like that for me, that I kind of wanted to be like that. That having so many, I think my act right now that's 35 minutes is like 60 to 70 jokes. Like it's that many that you can't take it all in at once.
Yeah, and even just working the store, watching your act, it would never get old to me, or any of the people working there. I'm sure the Improv is the same way in Largo. There's a bug on here. Sorry. I just cleaned, I swear.
I believe it.
Don't clip that. It's going to clip that.
You seem very focused.
I'm focused. Yeah, wait, what were we talking about? Oh, watching your act. Yeah, I could watch it over and over again because I would watch it and then a few times to just get all the jokes, and then I'd start watching the crowd watch it.
People like to watch the audience and just watch their react. Like, here it comes. Here it comes.
It's exciting.
I get that. And I don't watch the audience when I'm performing. Like, I kind of have my eyes in between people.
Yeah.
I like the noise. The noise is what feeds me. But I found that if I looked at someone when I told the punchline, it ruined the punchline for them. Because then they were distracted at my eye contact. So, like, they don't laugh. They're just like, and I'm like, oh, I want everyone to be able to laugh at it.
Yeah.
But I'll kind of glance at people while I'm doing the setup. And then I'm looking at nothing when I do the punchline. So I don't really get to see people laughing. I kind of, but it's the noise. The explosive laugh is what gets me off.
Yeah, that is better. I hate looking at people.
No.
I'll look right at everyone's laughing. I'll look one guy who looks upset.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? And then I can't think of anything else.
I just found if I looked at someone while they were laughing, they stopped laughing because I was looking at them. I'm like, I don't want to take that.
It's too
away
much
from
pressure.
You. Yeah, you feel like put on the spot, or like I'm gonna make fun of them for laughing. That I'll leave them alone.
It's also kind of a trick, which I don't think you don't like doing cheats. Because, sometimes if you look right at a person, if you tell a joke and you're like, then they laugh, to make you feel good.
Like, this guy knows what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
But if someone has, in the front row and has, a big laugh, you can kind of play with that. But I give them rope for 30 minutes, to let the entire audience understands this guy's got a crazy laugh.
Yeah.
Before I jump on them or make a joke about them. But if you do it right away, they stop laughing. I've done things. I remember doing a special or a half hour for Comedy Central where I was getting so many applause breaks that I made a joke about it, and then they didn't clap again. They just they got self-conscious. They're like, "Oh, don't do that ever."
I've had not that experience, but I've had a show where I'm like, this is too easy. The crowd is so on board, and I do mention it are you guys faking it? And then they do pull back, and I wish I never said that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Never be like, you guys are laughing too much. You can make a joke about it. I used to say, guys, this is going to take forever. And they like that. But if you bring up a behavior, they will just stop doing it, and that's a mistake.
Yeah. Oh wait. Okay, my mind went blank for a second.
Just a second.
I was doing pretty good though for a minute.
You're doing great. I had no expectation coming in.
Wait, you told me you played instruments, right? When you were a kid? No. I thought your parents tried to get you to play it.
They bought a piano and then were like, you're all going to take lessons. And I had one sister who can still play to this day. The rest of us were hopeless. I have no musical ability at all. Where it was a fight because my parents were like, we bought this piano, you're going to learn. And the teacher was even like, you're hopeless. I just couldn't, I couldn't practice. I couldn't do it. And finally, what got me to get out of it was I told my dad. My dad was just really mad at me that the teachers were saying, hey, your son's hopeless at this. And I said, Dad, can you play the piano? And he said, no, I have no musical ability. And I said, and I'm your son. And then he let it go. And then there's not a single instrument in the world that I could play a single note on. Even I think I took a guitar class in high school where I learned maybe one chord, but even that it's so foreign to me that I don't think I could even learn it. I just have no musical ability.
Because your timing is amazing.
I've got good timing in terms of talking, telling jokes, but I don't think it has anything to do with music. I can't sing. I can't clap on beat. I just know how long to leave the pause, and I know tension.
Yeah.
I understand tension very well, but nothing to do with music.
I wonder if there's an AI or something that could turn your jokes into music.
I don't. People talking about AI, I hate it so much.
I wonder if there's an eye that can do it.
What if you used AI just to come up with subjects for jokes? Fuck that.
I hate that.
I would never. I wrote an email to the Improv because I saw my picture on a poster where it was an AI picture.
Oh yeah, I've seen
where it's my face, but it's not my body, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" I'm AI in general. Get it out of here.
Get it out.
Use it for science.
Yeah.
Use it for there are good things that you can do with it. I saw the Korean director Bong Joon-ho, the guy who did Parasite.
Oh yeah.
They asked him about AI, and he was like, two things about AI. One, I think it's great because it's made people appreciate what humans can do. You know, people are kind of comparing AI to what humans have to do for work. And secondly, he's like, I'd like to take an army and destroy it. Like, I think it's bad. And the more I learn about it, the more I hate it, but I would never use it for anything.
No, it's so weird.
Anything.
I once was like working with somebody on a show, and he was like, I go, let's try to think of some angles we can play on these characters. And he was like, let's use AI to think of it. And I was like, why don't we just use our own brains?
You can just
I'm
say,
like, what are we doing here?
you can just say Jeremiah Watkins.
No, it wasn't
just say-
Jeremiah.
I don't believe you.
It wasn't. I would say Jeremiah, but
You just did.
you don't. Well, don't edit that. No, you don't know who it is, so I wouldn't even mention him. It would be punching down.
Yeah, I know. I hate AI. I hate it, and I refuse.
Why did everyone still
ever
use
use
it? But everyone knows it's like bad for the environment and takes all this water and.
Even I learned that. Like that was the least of my problems. And when I knew that, like there's a video game company that's like, we can't get the chips now because they're all sending it to AI for AI purposes. But it's ruined the internet. Like on Instagram, I only follow like 5 things. So when I go, it's usually just like whatever kind of slop. And now you can't even. I used to get like dog videos and enjoy seeing a dog get rescued. And now that if you see an animal, you know it's AI. Like when you would see something like a video and you're like, if it's being filmed, it's 90% likely that it's fake.
Yeah.
And now you see any video at all and you're like, this is fake. This is totally fake. That AI is ruined. And maybe it's good that it's ruined the internet, but I truly despise it. And I hope that people push back, and I don't think they're going to.
No, it's weird the things people use it for, even knowing how bad it is. They'll use it for simple stuff, you know?
But I think if you just get caught with it, I mean, you see college students writing entire papers that they wrote the apology with AI. Like, it's just, I think once you open that door, I think you're fucked.
If I was in school, I would use it like in grade school. I'd probably use it all the time.
But I've heard about people saying like, oh, my jaw clicks, when I open it. My doctors have never been able to help me. I asked AI and they were like, do this, and it worked. But I'm like, it's cool for that.
Yeah.
I think it's cool
Like health stuff.
to progress scientific achievement. I think AI can be good for that. And maybe it's not there yet.
Yeah.
But I think there are good purposes for it, but keep it out of art.
Yeah.
I think art should be in human hands for better or for worse.
It's so disappointing to see artists using it. I don't like it, but I kind of get if someone just doesn't know how to make any art. Now now they can create because they have a tool. But
even then, I mean, I think if you're using it for like an album cover, you've made all the music yourself, but use the album cover as AI. I think that's bad.
Yeah, use an artist.
Either use an artist or do it yourself and have it be amateurish and bad. Yeah.
This is real.
That is so much better than having an AI version of that. And I don't know what the difference would be, but you can tell when something's human, and it's just so much better.
Yeah.
That I don't know who is fighting for AI. I don't know if comics are using it to write jokes.
Some comics are. Yeah, they'll use it to like flesh out premises. It's not Jeremiah. But they'll be like looking at all angles, so instead of, but that's my I'm like, just use your brain. Because your brain is like, it's got the filter of your perspective. So like then you're going to find angles that and isn't it more rewarding too to have thought of something?
And I think even if the joke kills using AI, once you open the door,
yeah,
I think if someone can tell, then I think it just ruins the experience for the audience member, because there's something off-putting about AI. That if even a comic writes their whole act and they have one tag that's AI,
yeah,
I feel like you'll be able to know, and it'll ruin the entire experience for them.
Yeah, I agree. There's authenticity is really valuable, and
yeah, I mean, listen, authenticity. You can take a joke from someone else, from a person. It's like it's the human aspect of it that I think you want. That AI is just soulless in a way that you can't even explain.
Yeah.
You can't, you see a picture and you're like, I can't tell what's wrong with this, but something is wrong. And it bothers me that I would never let it into my act ever, no matter what.
No, that would be crazy. If you did an AI act.
I did a pilot for Comedy Central before Comedy Central just truly went away.
Yeah.
And I was hosting a thing where it was like a roast game show, like 2 teams, and they made us do a segment where they had an AI version of me telling AI jokes. And it made me furious. And they're like, no, the networks really want to work AI into this.
Whoa.
The networks would
Why
love
are they
AI.
pushing it?
Because they think that kids want to see it.
And it's free.
And that it's free.
That's fucked up.
And again, I think, you have a team of writers anyway, but they wanted a segment. And I would lose my goddamn mind every time. And they got to the point where they're like, the funniest part of the segment is you getting mad about it. And then when we shot the actual pilot, I lost it so hard that the audience was scared.
Yeah.
They were scared of me. That and again, the pilot never got picked up and never went anywhere. But it made me just truly, truly furious. Even if you're saying like, this is AI, let's talk about it, I'm angry.
Yeah. Was it like that working with these networks? Because you had your show on there, and this other, like, you probably had other shows too, that pilots and stuff. Was it always like that with the working with the network? Like they're trying to push stuff on you?
It's always different. I mean, my first show was more of a kind of a collaboration with like, do what you want, but we want to check in a little bit. And you're just doing so many episodes that you almost need that help.
Yeah.
Good Talk, my second show that the pandemic killed, I truly loved. That
that
all
show
just
is
like
so funny.
6 people in a room just writing stuff. I'm still devastated that we didn't get to shoot the second season. Like the scripts were written, the guests were booked, we just hadn't shot it yet.
Yeah.
And so that was heartbreaking. But then this pilot, I wasn't as involved. I was an executive producer, I was a host, but I just came in and saw what the writers were doing. And again, it's mostly the other people telling the jokes. I'm just kind of judging it.
Yeah.
So I didn't really have lines written for myself. I had like the intro and the outro.
I see.
But I was very hands off and kind of let them do their thing. And maybe if it had gotten picked up, I would have been more involved.
Yeah.
But I was happy to, at this point, be kind of like, you guys do your thing. I'm just going to stand back, let you guys be the stars, and I'll just kind of comment. So it's always a different experience. But I remember we'd have meetings and they'd go through stuff.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think? And I was just much more chill. Of like, let's not overreact to this. My notes became different as I've gotten more experienced, and depends on what my role is too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I might be just out of touch because I'm not in that world, but it feels like everything's moving to YouTube. It feels like there's
Yes.
not a lot of opportunities of things getting made in Hollywood and like by studios. Like it feels like everything is on the artist to create it. And then if it's successful, then people come in and invest money into it.
Yeah, and people are trying now to invest money from the beginning. I forget who it was talking about how companies are trying to profit off of artists' DIY endeavors, like where Netflix will license a special that you made, but you have to buy the camera or rent the cameras. You have to do it in the correct ratio to be on Netflix. So they're like taking advantage of you.
Yeah.
You're making less money than you're putting into it, and I think that's bad. But if someone will invest, I think YouTube is like the next big network.
It feels like it.
A lot of I'm doing a book club next year, and that will be on YouTube. And the company that does my social media is now kind of into producing things for YouTube.
Yeah.
And so that will be a thing. Maybe I end up doing a show on YouTube one day. I just find the tension is dialed down on the internet versus on a network TV show. Interviewing people
Yeah.
on Good Talk with like a whole studio around you, and you can still have that studio for YouTube, but it doesn't feel like the same amount of tension that you had when it was on basic cable, which is maybe just my age, but I think that something is lost on YouTube because there's just so much there.
Yeah, that's a great point. I didn't think about that, but I can't imagine like in the pressure too and the time slots and everyone's competing for them. Like there's just way more to being on cable than YouTube. There's like sky's the limit. There's everything can go on there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You don't need the full crew. I think doing a roast, like a roast on Netflix or on Comedy Central versus doing a roast on YouTube is just, the pressure's way different. That I don't know if I put as much effort into it. But,
Yeah.
But I think that YouTube is the future for sure.
Yeah. Well, that's where we're on right now.
Okay. I mean, I'm sure my team will be clipping this and using the Jeremiah Watkins stuff.
Oh my God, Jeremiah. We use him for clickbait this time.
If you put hashtag Jeremiah Watkins, I mean, it's going viral every time.
Poor Jeremiah. He was on here.
I believe it.
Yeah. We jammed. We played. Did you see this? This is my pedal board.
Oh, Jesus.
It's pretty cool though, right?
It's super cool.
You like it for real though.
I really do like it a lot. Yeah, I mean, keep going.
Really?
No. I can't believe you picked it up at all.
What are you talking about? I usually use it way more during the show.
Oh, I believe you.
But I'm just starting to get comfortable. And we're almost an hour in, I think.
It feels
This
like
is a
like two.
This is a 3-hour long podcast, by the way.
I'm good. I have a set. I've got plenty of time.
Yeah, you're gonna have to cancel the set.
I pushed this already, but are you surprised that I came today? That I didn't cancel altogether?
No, I'm not. Because I just by knowing you, I know you wouldn't cancel.
True.
I trusted, and I knew you'd be here on time.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah. So one of my guests got here 40 minutes early.
Ooh, that's too much.
It's too early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which guest? Was it Jeremiah?
Stevie Weeby.
Stevie Weeb is a
Bobby-
real person?
Yeah, Bobby's brother. Bobby Lee's brother.
Bobby is a brother?
Bobby Lee, you know him?
I know Bobby. I didn't know he had a brother.
Yeah, he has a brother
Okay.
named Steve, but everyone calls him Stevie.
Okay.
And he's awesome. But yeah, 40 minutes early.
That's
We weren't even set up.
that's where you like if I'm 40 minutes early, I'm taking a walk around the block before I bother you. I would never say, "Hey,
Yeah.
I'm 40 minutes early."
No one would ever know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've done it before. I've planned badly and gotten.
I would rather be early than late.
Sure.
But I'd rather be 5 minutes late than 40 minutes early. That's for sure.
100%.
Yeah.
I'm actually actively trying to be late to certain things because I'm so like I get anxiety from time and I always get places early and most people, especially in Los Angeles, do not run on time.
I stopped going to like Hollywood parties because it would be like 7:30 and I'd be like, all right. And like at 7:45, I'm walking like 15 minutes late and then I'm sitting there for an hour
Oh yeah.
before anyone shows up that I was like, what the fuck? You guys sent a car for me to come here.
What?
Like I didn't want to make the car guy wait. And it's like, no, you're supposed to. Like no one gets there on time. That I just stopped.
That's why
doing
I
those
stopped
things.
going to.
To Hollywood, big Hollywood
Yeah,
parties.
it's just like what a waste of my time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know any?
I know a couple. I've been invited to Christmas parties, a couple Hollywood ones, and they're like all on the same night.
Let me
You know,
know.
but I'm a big
Pass the love
fan.
down.
I'm a big fan of being like, I'll tell my assistant, put this in my schedule.
Yeah.
Here's a party. I'm gonna go and be social, and then I do not go.
You should go to the. Oh no, you probably won't. Never mind. There's a party tonight at
Well-
the Comedy Store.
Yeah, I'm not going.
That would be so awesome if you showed up. You know, I hope you know how many people look up to you and love you. Like all the comics there, they really admire you and your comedy, and you're a legend.
It's not my reluctance to go to the Comedy Store has nothing to do with the comedians.
Are you recently sober? Because I don't know if you know this, but I've been sober since December
Oh, I didn't know that.
of last year.
I
Not
did not
this
know
one.
that, but I'd been sober on that whole tour. I had quit drinking beforehand, and it was fine in the beginning. It was like, oh, this is easier. But then toward the end of the tour, when you're doing like when you've done 6 shows that weekend, by the
Yeah.
last show, it's like a beer would really help me get through this, and I didn't have that. And I think it's just being old, dealing with like back issues and stuff. That I'm just like, let me take it easier, that I can be more present and take care of myself.
Good.
Feel
I'm
better.
glad you're doing that. It's worth it, and you have the time. There's no need to like rush into the special, like you said.
But I used to feel like the more reps I got, the better I was. Like I wanted to keep it going. That if I took a weekend off, I felt almost rusty, and now
Yeah.
I don't feel that anymore. I feel like
Pacing's-
I can stay consistent and maybe find new things.
Yeah, you know yourself and your persona. I feel like you don't need the reps as much as someone like me or a younger comic would need the reps to keep
Well,
up.
sometimes the ingenuity comes from exhaustion. You know, that you've just been doing it. You get so bored with your act.
Yeah.
You come up with something new where I'm like, if I'm just always working on the act, having a week off to like try to add a few more jokes will be more beneficial for me. Whereas in the past, it was like, oh, I get so sick of telling this joke. I'll think of something, a tag for it
Right.
that was helpful.
Well, that's exciting. So February it starts.
February, like, I want to say 19th or something. Yeah, I'm going to Raleigh, North Carolina. Charlie Goodnight's was the one club that I had to cancel my last 2 shows because I got sick.
Oh wow.
I got like a throat infection and had to cancel. And so that whole weekend I was like, hey guys, thanks for coming to the show. And then I had to cancel the last 2. I'm like, let that be the first club back.
That's so thoughtful.
And then like Madison, Wisconsin. Like I'm only doing clubs that I want to do.
Yeah, that club rocks too.
that I liked before.
I never performed there. The Comedy on State.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went there when we were on Bad Friends. We like dropped into the club just to hang out, and it was so cool. And the owners are cool, and
Yeah.
that town is they love comedy there.
I mean, I put those shows on sale, months ago, and it sold out immediately.
That's awesome.
They're into it and they care. And at this point, I've built the reputation that, when I come back, I've got all new stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not fucking around.
Yep.
You know, it's not like a, hey, what about this? That I think my audience knows, or people know that they're getting a great show.
They're getting a show.
That
Yeah.
I'm like, Irvine sold out like months in advance. I'm going there in like April and it's already gone. You know, that I just think that the reputation has helped me.
It's great to hear that, because you see like the market's bad right now. Like I hear stuff like that, not just to me, just in general. Like, oh, the market's bad, economy's bad, people aren't going out, and then to hear like somebody like you're selling out these rooms, people want live comedy. Like it's refreshing.
Well,
Gives something to work for.
A lot of people don't go to comedy clubs anymore. Like a lot of comics don't go. You know, because they can just go straight to theaters. So these clubs are suffering. Like I look at the lineup, or I look at the calendar, and I'm like, oh. Like I'm the biggest name coming here this year. That I feel like I think the clubs are happy to have me come through.
I never thought of it through that perspective. I always thought maybe the clubs are just not advertising as much, and I know like media outlets are dead, but I never noticed that, because I hope more comics at that level do start doing the clubs more, because it really helps people like me, where I have a great audience, but it's not gonna fill up a whole weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it used to be, right, when a comic would go around my level, the club would also, a lot of people would come out just to see comedy on a weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just not the model anymore.
I think people are just getting their comedy from the internet, but I think the live experience, you know, people aren't going to movie theaters anymore. But there's nothing like being in a comedy club.
There's nothing like it.
Seeing a show surrounded by people, that I think that will hopefully survive. I think some clubs are going to be closing, but I hope that that the good ones stick around. You know? And if they know what they're doing and play it right, I think it'll be okay. But I'm really looking forward to the club run. Yeah,
it's gonna be awesome. And then we usually end the show with a song.
You didn't tell me this. This is one of those things that you're like, you know why you didn't tell me this. And now you're like, oh, no, it's time for the song.
I really didn't think to tell you about this part, but we have ended every episode.
Did you think that I still would have showed up if you were like, and then we end with a song? When I was like, is there anything I should know? You were like, no, it's just a conversation. And now here's the song part.
But I didn't like plan any gotcha moments during the whole interview.
I mean, throwing Jeremiah Watkins at me was pretty gotcha.
It wasn't about him. Whoa. Did you hear that?
The echo? I assume that was part of the song.
No,
I assume the song was called It Wasn't About Him.
Like I play a beat and then you sing a song like about something, like things we talked about throughout this hour, and then I play trumpet around you.
None of these things are going to happen. I mean, play whatever you want. Like I'm about to take my headphones off and I'll sit here still and let you do whatever. I assume when you look at
I can pick like any beat you want. I have like funk and jazz and blues.
Oh, I believe that does it all. But I would also believe that if you look at like the podcast numbers, that like it falls off a fucking cliff when it gets to song time.
Well, we never really looked into that.
Yeah, I bet you advertised before the song when you played these.
We had. Oh yeah, maybe we should check where the ads drop. People like the song.
Who likes the song?
Write in the comments if you like the song.
Yeah, please.
This is gonna be the last episode with the song, right?
No, I mean, listen, bring the song back after when I'm not here anymore.
I knew you wouldn't sing the song.
Oh yeah? Look at fucking Nostradamus over here. Holy shit.
But a part of me was like, I don't know, Christmas is near, maybe a miracle.
Yeah, there's nothing about music or songs. I mean, the fact that I haven't left is a testament to how much I care for you.
Yeah, it does mean a lot. It does. I can't believe you're here. It's cool. Yeah, you make me nervous still, which is good.
Everybody gets you open for me on the road, you get a favor, and this is
it.
You're burning it.
Well, if I knew that, I would have asked for something bigger.
This is pretty fucking big, Jessie.
Yeah, I know, but one favor, that's crazy. All right. Well, oh, and your birthday's December 22nd?
That's true.
Happy birthday.
I mean, it's not. It's the 7th, but
yeah, but no, this will come out like later.
Okay.
And then everyone in the comments can be happy birthday.
I'm sure the comments will be a lot of happy birthdays.
I have a positive audience. I hope you guys are nice in there. I sometimes watch the live with them, and I like the fan base I'm building, which is cool to say.
Good.
Because I know some comics, they don't like their fan base.
I know. That's why I've been so vocal. Like, I want to like my fans and
Yeah.
respect my fans. And I think I've been able to do that. And it is not, sometimes you gotta burn some things off your skin.
How do you do that? Like with the audience? You just wait.
You basically tell some people to fuck off.
Yeah. I mean, Squink's not here right now, my dog, but sometimes she'll be in the shots, and somebody commented like the dog's in the frame too much, and I'm like, this isn't for you.
Yeah.
You know, like those people can go. It's okay. We want all of you to watch. And please keep watching, all of you. Don't listen to anything I say. Just watch. We like it that you're watching.
There was a guy named Daniel Kellison who was a comic from Scotland or England and got very popular and he didn't like some of his fans. And he actually said, like, too many cunts like me. Like, I need to do an hour that will turn them off, you know, that will make them upset. And I think it's okay to piss off some of your fans sometimes if you're like, get out of here.
Yeah.
You know, I don't if you've got like a rabid anti-trans fan base. You
Yeah,
know,
I don't want that.
It's okay to be like, get out of here.
Yes.
Let me speak my mind and get people out.
Yeah, everyone I've seen so far in the comments, like me, just want to have a good time and laugh, and it's nothing's too serious.
They're just waiting for the song.
I know. I'm kind of like stalling to see.
They're
Maybe
just trying to get to the song. Like the look of pride on your face after you kick in.
I thought you
as if
might
I'm
do
gonna be
it.
like,
that's not gonna be good.
I love that you ask for career advice and then do this. Like if you had started with this and then asked for career advice, it would have been a much different podcast.
I learned this from you, you know.
There's no way you learned that from me. I mean, it is. Trumpets are cool.
I don't know how much I want to bring it into my act because, like, when in town when I do 15 minutes, I don't bring it. It's just too much to bring, and I'm just working on the jokes, and then I'm kind of bringing the trumpet in as an embellishment.
Mm-hmm.
And so on the road when I headline, I always bring it, but I always go back and forth. Like, do I really want this part of my act? Do I not? But then sometimes I'm just playing, and people hear it, and they're like, "Whoa, that's so cool," but it's not comedy.
If you enjoy it, I mean, I remember like Stephen Wright had the guitar at the end of the act, and when we would pick it up, people would cheer, and I'd be like, I'm not cheering. Like I love the jokes,
Yeah,
but they like an ending thing, and people do enjoy a little trumpet. That if you play a little bit, and then you tell a joke, and you play a little bit, like there's no right or wrong way to do it.
Yeah.
Unless you try to get me to like sing along, no, that's wrong. But yeah, knock yourself out. Like Lizzo, pulls out that flute and people go crazy. I mean, this sounds like you're practicing for a different podcast.
The spoken word thing kind of works though.
What do you mean?
Like when you're just talking, it kind of feels like a jazzy kind of.
I feel like my talking is doing the heavy lifting.
Oh well, yeah, you're the lead vocalist on this. Well, honestly, the whole podcast, I feel like we're doing the heavy lifting, but it kind of when you were talking and the music was playing, kind of felt like you were an old timey detective. Okay, well, let's cut it there.
Guys, thank you so much. This was really good.